Good evening. Welcome to episode 5 of Hornets Sports Buzz. Tonight we're joined another special guest. On my far left is Coach Mike Redding of the football team. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.
And one of the 4 captains. We'll meet the other 3 in a bit. But Danon Walker, number 71, I believe. Welcome, Danon.
Thank you.
So as usual, we'll do a few housekeeping items and other sports, and then we'll talk football for the next 30 plus minutes. On the undefeated bus, Coach, you remember the undefeated bus that used to have?
It's in the Globe. They still have it.
Yeah.
We got booted off week 2, but we're close.
Yeah. So I of course, if I was better at graphics, I do one for Mansfield. But there's 2 Mansfield undefeated teams left overall. The boys soccer team is, I believe it's 9-0-5. They have a big game against All Rams tomorrow afternoon. And the girls cross country team finished Kelly Rex 5-0. They only have 5 dual meets. So congratulations to both of them. And also undefeated in the Hockomock is Mansfield at 4-0, I believe.
Yes.
Going into tomorrow night,
Yep.
also against All Rams.
Rams, yep.
And we're going to talk about that in a bit, but congrats. Breaking news. So I didn't tell you, it's Thursday, October 18th, and thank God for Twitter. I just found out the golf team won the Hockomock League championship. In the dual meet, they were like 7-4, but they have 1 league meet. They picked 3 golfers. They play 18 holes, and they came in first. I don't know if they've ever done that, but and Nate Morial, who I believe is a sophomore,
Yep.
won the individual title. So
Nice.
it's impressive. So breaking press, that's what we do here at Hornet Sports Buzz. Speaking of Hornet Sports Buzz, Matt Savoy, shout out to you. He developed a new email. It's called hornetsportsbuzz@gmail.com. One word. We got rid of the old one, so all the fan email, which I've been packed with, send it along, and any feedback or any guests, anything you want to see. So, Dana, I hope you send it to hornetsportsbuzz@gmail.com.
All right.
And that's about it for housekeeping. Let's talk football. Coach, first of all, we're playing All Rams tomorrow, but unlike a lot of sports, there's an incredible amount of information on the website, and I think your father, Dave Redding, has been
Yep.
maintaining that for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm a stats guy, but the history on that, and can you talk about, was it your father's idea to come up with the website?
Yeah, he's kind of self-taught, created that website on his own, and over the years we've just been able to add a lot of history, a lot of information about what our players do on the field, but also off the field, and so it's a great resource for people to find out about the program beyond just the game scores, and a lot of great history. Our Hall of Fame's included, great games of the past, trips we've done out of state. So it's a really cool thing, and he's really done a great job. I think it's as good a site as you'll find on the high school level anywhere.
Yeah, many of you out there have probably seen it. I should have written it down. You probably know it. What's the website off the top of your head?
www.mansfieldfootball.org.
Okay, it's unbelievable, and I know his dad is a photographer at all sporting events, not just football and basketball, but many events you'll see him at. We get to see Danon's picture, which leads me to the first question. Dana, I've been watching the football team for a number of years, and I got a very important question. How come football players never smile in their photos?
It's game time. You're locked in.
Do the coaches tell you to, or you guys just say, we're not smiling? Is that true? Or
No, you're locked into the game.
That's good.
Serious.
But it's usually done like 2 months before the season starts, so.
Wow, you gotta.
It's good. No, I think your family likes to see your pearly whites, but no, it's a funny thing. Football players are unique. Game time. So, Dana, we're going to get into the season, but so far, I think 4-0, Coach, 5-1 overall.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And I know you opened up at BC High, a tough non-conference in the Catholic League.
Yep.
21-14 win.
21-7.
21-7, great. And I think their record, they're a little down this year, but I looked at one of the rankings. They're still in the top 20, in, like Eastern Mass or even statewide, because of their strength of schedule.
Yeah, I mean, they're like us. They play a high-end schedule in the Catholic Conference. Their non-league games are tough. So I think they were 3-3 going into week 7, and I thought when we played them, they were very good. It was a tough battle, and it helped us get ready for the league play.
That's great. And hopefully we're going to have Joe Russo on in a few weeks. But how far in advance do you have to plan these non-conference games, Coach?
Yeah, BC High was last January. Someone dropped them, and we've had a really good relationship with them scrimmaging for the last 7-8 years. And so we decided let's just play instead of scrimmage. We played maybe 10 years ago in a home and away series, and Everett was like February that we booked that game. There's a group of a dozen schools that kind of have trouble finding games.
Yeah.
Like Everett, BCI,
Yeah.
and us, so we
Yeah.
kind of have to play each other and
Yeah.
hope that the dates match up. And I thought both of those games were highly competitive and really helped us get ready for the league challenges.
Good. As you know, if you've watched the show, I'm not good at segues, but Coach mentioned Everett a couple times, and I believe I think it was 41-14 a loss week 2.
Yeah, a little deceptive. I think
You had the lead at one point.
Yeah, we led. It was I think it was 14-7 with 3 minutes left in the half, and they had a good little run. We had a turnover, they scored. We had another turnover, they scored, and got away from us a little right at the end of the half. Second half was pretty even game. So you take those 3 minutes away. I think they're better than us. They're probably 14 points better, not 27. But we played them to just play the best team we could and help us get better. And win or lose, we thought we'd be better for it, and I think it did help us.
That's great. And those of you that follow, I think they're number 1 in the state consensus easily. And we'll see. Are they the defending champions? It's usually
Two-time defending champs, 26-game win streak. They get it rolling pretty good. So
them and Severian are usually up there in Division 1A, or is it just called Division 1?
It's 1 now. Yep, and we're in the next level down, which is now 2.
Okay. And Dana, from a player's perspective, I assume you were healthy for the Everett game, right?
Yes.
And if you can see at home, Dana's a big kid. We won't ask him his weight because I don't want him to ask my weight. So were the kids from Everett bigger than you? Like?
Yeah, they had a couple kids that were about 2-3 inches taller, 30,
How
40
tall are you?
pounds. I'm about 6 feet, 6'1".
6'1". You play. Dana plays defensive line, correct?
Offensive guard and defensive
Offensive
tackle.
line. What do you like better?
I like them both, but if I had to choose, I'd probably go offensive guard.
Oh, okay. I was going to guess defense. Any pancakes? I'm not talking about the ones you eat, pregame meal, but tell the folks at home what a pancake is, because I don't really know. So.
When you take the tackle and you set them down nicely on the ground, that's what we like to call a pancake.
Just like in the NFL, they're not allowed to do to the quarterbacks anymore, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And what about their speed? I know I don't know why they don't call the linemen skill position players, but did you notice the speed either on the defensive line or the running backs, quarterbacks? Like game speed is are they really quick?
Yeah, off the ball they're quick. They get a good get off on you. So.
Good. I don't have a good get off, so Coach, let's talk. Let's go Hawk. King Philip, 28-27. You won.
Yeah, we hung on for dear life in the last few minutes.
Unbelievable, and they, I think they might have lost earlier this season.
Yeah, opening game they lost at North Attleboro in a really close game. North scored with 30 seconds left to win at 14-7, and in our game we got down early, battled back, and we thought took control of it at 28-14 going into the fourth, but their quarterback got really hot and started completing passes and they scored again, and we did a great job on the 2-point play to hold on. And they are 2-time defending state champs in Division II, 2-time defending league champs. So it was a big win for us at home to get them knocked off early in the league.
And correct me. I mean, you said Everett had a long winning streak. King Philip had the longest, I think.
Yeah,
until
at
they
the
lost,
time,
right?
King Philip had the longest, and Everett was 2, and now Everett's 1 because of the King Philip losses this season.
Okay, and I think it's Brian Lee, the coach. He's been is the son of Coach John Lee, who coached Walpole for a long time, correct?
Yeah, I had actually John Lee coached me in the Shriners All-Star game back in high school, and I got to know him a little bit. I have great respect for what he did at Walpole, and Brian has definitely stepped in at King Philip, turned that program around, and I think it's become one of the best rivalries in the state between us and King Philip. 2 very good programs. The games are always competitive and just become a great rivalry, and Brian's done a good job there.
That's unbelievable. And I think you've had quite a few home games this year so far, Dana, right?
Yes.
Tell us about the last game. Those at home, I know you were there because Mansfield beat Attleboro. What was the score? Do you remember last week? 42-35.
42-35.
I'm required to do
Lot of
that.
points. Yeah.
So it's funny. I'm didn't play football. I'm a geek. I was looking 5 years ago, Coach. I think it was a high-scoring game when the Kyle Wisniewski, Michael Hirschman year, the year you won the state. The last time you won.
I think that one was 49-35.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So Dane, what was it like? Just say quickly compare Attleboro's speed or skill level from the line perspective versus Everett. I mean, were you surprised how good Attleboro was? Because I thought they were a defensive team.
Yeah, they were quick off the balls, just like Attleboro. They had some big guys up front. battled to the end and pulled out.
Would you rather play a Hawk team, like given, you'd rather play the guys 5 miles down the street than guys, maybe you don't know where Everett is, but I had to look up Everett. But you like playing the Hawk matches?
Yeah, the Hawk match was fun. Also, playing Everett was good because we got to try to knock off the #1 team in the state, two-time defending champs. So.
That's great. And again, I'm not good at segues. Let's jump ahead. Tomorrow night, the Hornets are playing Oliver Ames, and we hope, knock on wood, this is solid wood, that things go well. And but regardless of that, I think you qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah, we're qualified to get in. We're actually clinched one home game, and we've clinched a share of the title. So a few good things, but tomorrow night really puts the icing on the cake. It'll be outright league title, definitely the #1 seed, which would mean 3 consecutive home games in the playoffs.
That's great.
So definitely a lot on the line tomorrow night at Oliver Ames.
That's great. And even though I'm a math guy, I've never claimed to know the strength of schedule formula that the MIA uses. So, Coach, dumb it down for me. Like, how does it work as far as, you get credit for wins, and your losses, if you lose to an Everett, you don't really get penalized that much, right?
Yeah, so you get points for every victory. If it's someone in your division, it's 10. If you play a higher division, it's 12. So that's helped us. In our schedule, we have 7 games. 5 of them have been against Division I teams. So we've gotten a lot of bonus points there. Okay. And then the opponent value is we have the highest opponent value in the state because we're playing, we beat Attleboro, who is 4-1, KP's 4-2, Everett's undefeated. So we're getting a lot of points from those teams that we beat who are also very good. So yeah, I think we were the 2nd highest power rating in the state next to Duxbury, who's in the South, who's 6-0. And with a win against Oliver Ames, we'll definitely be the 1 seed. And as I said, being on Alumni Field for 3 consecutive Friday nights and have everyone coming to us has got a great home crowd. Community really supports us. Guys feel comfortable there. It's a tough place for teams to come in and play.
Duxbury Division II as well?
They're 3.
Oh, Division III? Okay.
Yeah, so they're one division below us with North Attleboro in that division.
Okay, thanks. And when the folks come out to Alumni Field, I understand you got new stands, right, for the fans. Mansfield Boosters help donate those. But it's good to get them in. I know you probably wanted to get them in before the end of the season, but
yeah, they got them done for Everett, and
That's
the
good.
Nice thing now, we're actually on our home side. We've always been on the other side of the field, so now we're on the press box side. Good crowd behind us. Cheerleaders do a great job with the crowd, and so it's really got nice home field advantage feel to it now. I think it always did, but it's kind of we're right where we want to be. We've got the stands, and we've got great support. A lot of young players come in from Flag and Pop Warner, and student section's been great. So and I think it's going to get even better when we get to the playoffs. We'll have the place rocking pretty good.
that's great. And Coach helps you with segues. So he mentioned flag football and Pop Warner. Dana, did you play flag or Pop Warner? Were you too big for flag?
I started Pop Warner in 2nd grade.
2nd grade, okay.
Yes, played all the way through the 8th grade to the
Yeah.
high school level.
Yeah. And do you have a big, speaking of stands, do you have a big cheering section, like from your family that goes to the games?
Yeah, I got grandparents and uncles and aunts that come. So
Are you related to Omari Walker?
I happen to be, yes. He's my dad.
He's your dad, yeah. So I'm old, as you can tell. So Omari went to BC, right?
Yes.
Played for Coach Redding in the late 80s or?
He was 92 was his senior year. He graduated in 93.
Yeah.
I went to BC, had a great career at
Yeah.
Boston College.
I went to BC. We won't talk about where Coach Redding went to college, Holy Cross. My wife went there, but I'm paid not to say that. So, so Omari, so does he? And I'm sure he goes there, but it must be tough. Is he giving you a lot of advice, or he kind of says, "This is your time. You do it your way"? And I know you played a different position than your dad, but does he give you advice along the way, or?
Yeah, he's a great supporter.
Yeah.
He lets me do my thing and tries to help me out along the way, so it's nice.
Did you have other siblings or cousins that played?
Yeah, my older brother played, graduated in 2012.
What was his name?
Darian.
Oh,
Morgan.
yeah, that's great. That's really good.
And Omari's still coaching Pop Warner. His Dana's youngest brother's playing. I was up at the Pop Warner field and still giving back to the program,
That's
coaching
great.
Pop Warner. And and his sisters play basketball for me. It's been a great family affair with the Walkers at Mansfield.
Yeah. And did she go to Brown? Was it one of the sisters? Or-
That was actually Colby Easton's
Okay,
sister,
yeah,
Jess.
yeah. You've had a lot of talent.
Did
yeah.
track and
You've had a lot of
basketball
talent.
down at Brown, yeah.
That's unbelievable. So, final question for you, Danon, and then we'll bring in the other captains. And there's actually so much I could ask Coach, but we only have so much time. Thanksgiving Day game, I alluded to it. I'll let you announce it. Where is it going to be? At Foxborough? Is it going to be at Mansfield? Where's it going to be?
We're actually playing at Fenway this year. We got a great opportunity.
What if the Red Sox are still playing? And is it going to be Thanksgiving morning? Because I want to plan my meal.
It's actually the Tuesday before Thanksgiving
Okay.
at 7:30. It's kickoff.
AM?
PM.
Okay, all right, that's
PM.
good. That's quite an opportunity. Are there other high school teams playing or college teams? It's kind of
Yeah, the weekend before, Harvard Yale is the college game
Oh, wow.
there. Saturday, and then Tuesday, I think it's Burke in West Roxbury are doing
Mm-hmm.
a Boston City school rivalry game at 5. We're at 7:30. The next night is Zavarian and St. John's Prep is the early game, and Natick Framingham is the second one.
Wow. I know
So-
Natick Framingham was one of the oldest rivalries.
Yeah, over 100 years.
Wow, that's great. And are you going to be on the team bus? Or are you going to be on the fan bus for that game? No, that's great. I think Mansfield's going to provide a couple fan buses.
Yeah.
No pressure,
Yep.
Mr. Russo, but I understand it's going to be. It's tricky getting into Boston, on a Tuesday evening,
Yeah.
but Tuesday before Thanksgiving. But it's
Yep.
going to be well worth
No
it.
school Wednesday.
Oh, no school.
Plan that in advance. So
And
we're
did you,
good.
Coach? Did you have to seek out trying to play that game, or did you get invited? Or how did
Yeah,
that
I
work?
just informally tried to reach out to Brett Miller's the organizer of it, got his email back in February, gave him a ton of info on our rivalry, how great a rivalry this was. I thought we could bring a lot of people, and we've been involved for a long time. We thought over the summer it looked good, but we just didn't get official word till a couple of weeks ago. So tickets on sale early November, www.redsox.com. There'll be a portal where you can buy tickets online, and we get 25% back to the high school of all ticket sales. So
That's great.
let's pack this place and
Yeah.
rock Fenway and be a great way. And if we can, ideally, if we can win our 3 playoff games, we'll finish with a game at Fenway and then a game at Gillette. Be a nice way to wrap things up.
That's great. And that's a good way to wrap it up, except I do have one question. Coach, and I know you've been asked this over the years. I believe me, you've won 7 Super Bowl / state championships.
Champion.
2030 was called the state championship because the MIA realigned the divisions.
Yeah, it was
Right.
kind of the first time in state history they did a statewide champion.
And out of those 7, how many of them ran the table, were undefeated?
Oh boy, 2013,
See, he doesn't even have any notes.
2004,
Yeah.
2003, 1996, and 1992.
Wow.
5 of the 7.
Wow. So do you know the question I'm going to ask you?
No.
And you're going to get some people mad. I'm going to guess what he's going to say. What was your favorite team? What's the best team out of those?
All of them.
That's good.
After I retire, I'll start ranking
Okay.
teams.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to ask you that question, but it's coach has been coaching since 1988.
Yep.
We could talk about his background, but it's an impressive background. It really is, and it's quite an honor to be a captain because I believe you have 70 kids on the roster, Coach. Or
Yeah, 72 JV
Yeah.
varsity and 30
Yeah.
freshmen. Yep.
so how did you get to be captain? Just the most popular kid, or what? Hard work, or
Yeah, I like to see it as I put in the work and teammates saw it and took the opportunity to vote me. But
so personal question: how much can you bench press?
275 is
That's great. That's
Yeah.
good. And who is there a teammate that holds the record, or?
we had 2 players get on the wall for bench press this year. It's Anthony Capice and Eli Pitts benching 325.
Wow, that's great. All right, we're going to have to wrap it up, unfortunately, with these 2. We're going to bring on three other captains. But Danon, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
HornetsSportsBuzz.com.
All right.
Hey, Coach,
All right.
thanks
Thanks,
a lot
Jack.
for your
Thanks
time.
for having us.
Good luck.
Appreciate
All right, we'll
it.
talk to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to part 2 of Hornets Sports Buzz Football Edition. We just had Coach Redding and Captain Danon Walker on, as you know. Hopefully you didn't go get a snack. Joined right now by the 3 other senior captains. On my left, Philip Dinov. I hope I pronounced that right.
Yeah.
In the middle, Chris Capone. And on my far left, Aiden Sacco. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats. And I like to ask random questions, so just apologize. In the past, have there been more than 4 captains, or I mean, sometimes there are 5, or is 4 the usual number?
I think usually around 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually.
Okay, I know Danon said he started playing in 2nd grade. When did you guys start playing? Start with you, Aiden.
I started in 7th grade. I did flag football all the way up until 7th.
Great. Anytime anybody mentions flag football, you get bonus money because I was involved with that. I know Aiden. I think you played on my
On
team.
your team
one
once,
year.
yeah.
Yeah. Did we win it all that year?
I
Because
don't,
it's very
think we
important.
did.
What about you, Chris? What
I also started in second grade.
second grade? So
Yeah.
your parents, your mother and dad just wanted to get you out of the house. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that they could get me out.
And what about you?
I played like 2 years of flag football, and then I started in 5th grade.
Okay. Okay. So, and I was going to ask Coach this, but I can ask Coach a lot of things. Have you guys noticed the high school level changes in the concussion rules? Like, you see people at home watching the NFL, the concussion protocol. Has that come into play in high school, or have you guys not noticed that? Hopefully, you've all been healthy with your heads at least. Have you noticed any changes?
I mean, you obviously like still see like the changes like come through us because like they're trying to like stop it like young instead of like having those problems in like college and stuff like that.
Yeah. Have any of you had concussions?
No.
No, that's good. That's good. Any serious injuries? Because I am a medical doctor. I just want to get that. No, have you guys had any serious injuries? Good. All right. So I'm not gonna. I got to keep knocking on wood. All right. That's good. That's good. What other sports do you play? Let's start with you, Chris. What?
I play hockey and lacrosse too.
Hockey and lacrosse. They're all physical,
Yeah.
right? So, did you grow up? Your brothers beating you up, or did you beat them?
No, I definitely beat them. up.
Okay, that's good to know. What about you, Aiden?
I do track in the winter and then lacrosse.
Lacrosse. Okay. What about
I only play football.
Yeah, yeah. So you're Coach Redding's favorite, obviously. So that's a good segue. So I see, just as a parent and observer of town, you play other sports. Hockey. This kids play 11, 12 months a year now. Lacrosse, same thing. You do club lacrosse. Football. There's nobody really, unless you're in Texas, playing spring football. Is that correct? Now, why is that? I have my theories, but my theories are usually wrong. Why do you think there's no spring football or winter football at the Recplex? Or do you guys know? There's no right answer. I'm just curious.
No idea.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't really
Yeah.
know.
Probably it's so physical that, and the concussion thing, but I think it's good. I just think it's funny because kids today, parents like me are a little bit crazy. They sign up their kids for a lot of sports. Kids, everything I read says, don't specialize, don't specialize, don't specialize. But a lot of kids end up specializing because you're a great hockey player, you're a great lacrosse player, you're great field hockey, right? You can be good at field hockey. No, see, we had Coach Nye on last week. So I think it's good. I think it saves the body. And you guys do, tell us about you play linebacker?
Yeah.
Chris, how much weight room work do you do? And when it's optional, is the weight room really optional? That's what I want to know.
No.
It's not optional.
No.
With Coach Selman, what if you don't show up? He's okay with that, right?
Definitely not okay with that.
And talk to me about like the off season. And what position do you play?
I play linebacker.
Okay, and you're in the weight room too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Chris, why don't you tell us, like, first of all, the off season? What do you guys do in the weight room or conditioning? Or
So we wake up at 5:45 every morning,
wow.
go to weight room Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And we usually lift for about like an hour and a half, maybe a little bit less than that, and then we go outside. And it could be different running any day from like 110 yards to
Doing
laps
400s
around.
on the
Yeah.
track.
400s.
Yeah.
That's good. Fast or?
Yeah, time.
Yeah.
Fast.
Wow. Well, and you're a pretty quick kid in track, right? Yeah. You run 300 meters indoors
I
at
do the
55.
55,
Yeah.
200, and long jump.
200 long jump.
Yeah.
So do you kill them in the 400 or not necessarily?
Not necessarily. We got kids who are a little better at the distance.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
yeah, some of them.
Okay. And what about in the summer? You kind of gear up the training, like the weight room training. Is it? Were you talking about the summer, Chris? Yeah. And so it's not all lifting weights. You guys into the pliability? Because as you know, I'm into pliability, the TB12 method, as you can tell. You guys, is Coach Selman preached that? I know he played at Virginia Tech, correct?
Yeah.
And he was a much bigger guy back then, from what I understand. But has he evolved? And I understand you guys do yoga sometimes too, or did I just make that up?
No, we don't really do
Okay,
yoga.
I like to make things up. Okay, okay, maybe you should. But is it all strength, or is it how much of it is strength? How much is conditioning, aerobics, or?
I would say it's like 50-50 with strength and conditioning.
Okay. All right. Enough of that. All right. You guys. Let's talk about games. We talked a little about the coach. Aiden, I got a question from you. I looked at the roster today, and you're not listed as a quarterback.
Nope.
And yet I put my cable on, which I watch 24/7. I see you playing quarterback. Number 27. How did that happen?
I started off. I've always played defensive back and kind of running back and wide receiver, and we had Jack Mousset get injured going against Franklin, and they just kind of tossed me in, gave me a couple days of preparation, and we ended up winning that game. And then he's been out, he's coming back, he's getting healthy, but since then I've just had to step into that role.
So and tell me if I'm wrong, he got hurt early in which game?
Franklin, so it was week
Franklin.
3.
So you have to have a backup quarterback. So a couple days ahead of time, did coach say who wants to play quarterback, and you raised your hand, or?
No, they kind of told me, let me work with the second offense a little bit for a couple of days, and then that just happened to happen in the game.
Yeah, and I know high school, quarterbacks run a little bit more than the college level, the pro level, but I've seen a couple games, and your accuracy is pretty darn good. So is that something you had, or you've worked on in the past 3 weeks, or?
It's something we've definitely worked on the past 3 weeks, kind of throwing a little bit more each week, more practice with it. And it's definitely gotten more comfortable, as the weeks go on. But I guess it's something I've just had. I've never really played quarterback before. I did in Pop Warner, or no, not Pop Warner, flag football a little bit. So I guess that helps.
That's good. That's good. And Chris, you're a linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite play playing defense? Coverage, sacking the quarterback, or just run stopping, or?
Just hitting. The kid. Just hitting the kid.
That's good. That's just any time.
Yeah.
Okay. So you let them catch the pass, and then you clock them.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. What if they're a defenseless receiver, or?
I don't know. I mean,
And what's your favorite part on defense?
And my favorite part is definitely hitting kids too.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you think skill position players like your teammate and fellow captain get too much credit? Or?
I think that they get the credit they deserve, but I think that also the line should get more
Right.
credit than.
Get more
than
credit.
they
Well,
get.
that's what this show is all about. You
Exactly.
got to tell all your friends Hornets Sports Buzz, and you got to check it out. So, what was your most rewarding win so far? We'll start with you, Phil. Like King Philip, Coach talked. They had a win streak, 2-time defending champions, beating Attleboro last week. What's been your best?
The best game has definitely been KP because it's just been so long since the varsity teams beat them. Since my freshman year, all we saw was losing to KP. So for us to finally come out there and beat them, that was a very good feeling.
That's great. And my history of watching King Philip, I mean, of course they have talented players, great coaching like Coach Redding, but you got to give them, they're a tough group of kids, right? That's their history.
Yeah.
And they like to run the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Like they don't need a quarterback. They'll just pound it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that's a challenge to the line, and right? That's great. So is there a chance you could meet them again in the postseason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You want to meet them again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You didn't hesitate.
Yeah.
That's good. And you got All Rams tomorrow night. If you had to pick and choose, well, I guess you can't. Are you guys looking forward to the Fenway Park game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Big
good.
time.
You guys, you ever been there for like the Red Sox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not. I've actually never been there.
You've never been there. Well, I don't think you should go between now and then. Really, just watch the Red Sox on TV.
Right.
That's good. Let me ask you this one question. Like, what advice? Chris, let me ask you. You guys are all 18 now, 17.
I'm still
17.
17.
17. You're young. And first of all, I say this every week. I know Coach Redding may still be here, but sports is a priority. Academics is way down. So I just want to get that. I say that every week. Okay, that's just. I get paid to say. I'm just kidding. But what advice would you give a 12-year-old kid playing Pop Warner or flag football now, knowing what you know now as seniors? You've gone. You played freshman JV, varsity. Just say you had a little brother or a cousin or a friend down the street. What would you tell him? As if he wanted to play high school football for Mansfield High, would you say go to Fian, or what would you? What advice would you give him?
I'd say definitely stay here, but it goes by very fast.
It does.
You know.
Everybody says that, but as a kid, does it go by that fast? Yeah.
You seem like as a kid you think it's never gonna get there and you're never gonna be like those big kids, but if you stick to your work, it ends up like it's how you saw when you were younger.
That's good.
That's
and
you.
that's great. And I mean to ask. I haven't really asked Aiden because I figured he gets. But off the field, I think Coach Redding, Coach Selman, DiGirolamo, you got a lot of Choco helps. A couple other coaches. What do they expect of you captains off the field? Either in a particular week or Aiden, from the summer until after Thanksgiving. Is it a lot, or it's no, just go home, do your homework and.
No, they expect you to kind of lead through example, and even off the field, and they expect everyone to, be accountable for each other, not just the captains, but everybody on the team. So that definitely helps.
Is it tough being a kid? You're 17, 18, and my son just graduated. You're a kid. You guys looking at colleges, or right?
Yeah.
You're doing that. Maybe you've done your college essay already.
Working
right?
on it.
You're working on it. Okay.
Yeah.
You're playing football. You got practice every day or every night. You got games. You want to be a kid. Is it too much, Chris?
I don't think it's too much if you put like the right things
Yeah.
first, like putting your academics in, and then doing like your football work.
That's good. Your parents aren't watching. You can say whatever you want. No, it's great. So hopefully Jack Doucette comes back. We don't like to make predictions on the show, but you're ready to go. And you guys, let's talk about some of your teammates real quick. I know we have to, seniors, but Vinny Holmes is a junior, right? The
Yeah.
kid, I think he was a state champion wrestling.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a beast.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
You still use that term, like a
Yeah.
linebacker, and he runs.
Yep.
Yep.
Who else? Give a shout out to one of.
Sincere.
Oh yes,
Yes.
thank you very much. So, hopefully we have a prop. Sincere Gill, correct?
Yes.
Hockomock Player of the Week, which is hard to do. There's 8 or 9 sports, boys and girls, 12 Hockomock towns, and Sincere Gill, I think he had 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
Yep.
But he's a sophomore. How can you give it to a sophomore?
He's good.
He's good.
Yeah,
He's good.
He's good. Is he going to run track?
He should.
He
He
should.
Yeah,
should.
okay. All right, that's good. That's impressive. Thanks. That's a good segue. Who else, Chris? Who? Maybe not the best player on the team, but who's
Probably Chris Graham.
Chris Graham? Yeah.
Yeah.
What does he play?
D nose, D tackle.
Yeah. D knows, so he kind of takes it easy in the nose guard.
Mm.
Nose guard. Oh, look at this. Terry Bradshaw signed this. Wow. That was a segue. But so the nose guard hikes the ball, and Chris is like counts 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi before he
No, he just goes in right away.
Okay. All right.
Every time.
Who else is? What about Christian Connor? That kid's.
Yeah, he's been playing really good lately.
Oh, yeah.
Really big game against Attleboro.
You guys have a lot of speed, a lot of depth. What about fellow linemen? Who's one kid like? Linemen have to be numbered between 50 and 79. Is that still a rule or no?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
Offensive linemen.
I would give a shout out to TJ Guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's also a sophomore.
Definitely.
Oh boy. Wow.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, so you guys have to set the tone. You got to do your business. Good luck in the playoffs. I love football, as you can tell. I could stay here all night, but I think you have social studies, economics homework with Mr. Redding. You get some film study, but thanks for joining me, Phil.
Thank you for having us.
Whoa! That's the price of football. Chris Capone, thank you very
Thank you.
much, and Aiden Sacco.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow night against OA, and good luck in the postseason. Good luck at Fenway Park, and
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you
Thank you
very
very
much.
Time.
So that wraps up episode 5 of Hornets Sports Buzz. We've had great guests. We've had Chris Hall from golf, Teresa Nine from field hockey, and special guest coach Mike Redding and his captain. So join us episode 6 next week. You never know who you're going to get. So thanks for watching. Good night.